Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection. So it's quite similar to what I've mentioned in the other week. Gone to the car boot, very busy, lovely car boot, nice and sunny, loads of people there selling. Just wasn't that much there for me to find that's game related really. It wasn't a case that other people were beating me to it either. They were hardly finding anything, I noticed as well. There was just less around. However, I might not have the biggest stack of stuff here, but I've certainly got some quality over quantity, that's for sure. So it's all from the car boot, bar one thing, which came from cash converters, which we'll start with. I've been to a few charity shops and still found absolutely nothing at the minute. Charity shops have been dead for a very long time round me, which is quite concerning, but it's one of those, it happens, doesn't it? So let's crack on, this is why we're here. So let's start with the cash converters one. This was £3.99 in cash converters. Minecraft for the PS4. So this is the cross-play version. I've already got this on Xbox One. This is £10 more CEX charge for the PS4 version than the Xbox One. It's quite expensive as well. It's like 30 quid in CEX at the minute. I don't know if it's because the film came out recently. But yeah, £3.99. Sorry, cash converters around me is starting to, their prices are starting to go up a little bit. I don't know if they've really started to clock on now to the 99p thing, probably not being the best approach. So a lot of the games are pretty much roughly around the cash value to the voucher value at CEX now, but this one had clearly slipped through the net. I'm tempted maybe to keep the PS4 version and just trade in my Xbox One version instead, because if this is £10 more, I don't know why, it seems right to probably keep the PS4 version. But like I say, 30 odd quid at the minute or something this is actually, I can only assume it's because of the film, but £3.99, not going to complain. All the rest is the car boot. So let's do the games that I picked up. This was £1, just sitting there on its own, this one. EA Sports FC 24, it's FIFA obviously. I picked this one up on Xbox One recently. So I've got this one in the collection now. I don't have a PS5, so I won't be keeping hold of this one. It's last year's version, which doesn't bother me at all playing FIFA, to be honest with you. I don't need the most up-to-date version to enjoy a game of FIFA, but that was £1. That was not too bad. This was £1 as well. This was just mixed in with a load of DVDs and just random stuff. I just noticed the blue top, had a look, and this one was just sitting there on its own. This is Tomb Raider Underworld. It was £1. I don't think I really get £1 back for it, or I might just get £1 back for it. I thought I got a little bit more for it, to be honest with you. Already got it in the collection. Doesn't come with a manual, unfortunately, so it's one of them. I either get £1 back, just over £1, or just under £1. I'm not quite sure, but Tomb Raider Underworld. I have played this actually. I haven't completed it, but I do remember sticking it on and have a little go. It was all right actually. It's not as good as the newer Tomb Raiders, which I think there's one of those in here we're about to touch on, but it's still not bad. The last set of games that I picked up was a little bundle. Now, she wanted £1 each for these. In the end, she did me 8 for £7. So I got one for free, basically. There's 360, there's Xbox One, and there's PS4 in here. So let's work my way through it. She had more than this, by the way, but I was first one there, and I pretty much just led a load of the fodder ones. So, Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox 360, absolute staple. We've seen it so many times. That sticker is so old. That says £6. No idea what this goes for now, but CEX will give me a couple quid for that. That's a good one. Street Fighter 5 on the PS4. I didn't even have this a year ago, and I think since then I've probably picked it up 3 or 4 times, which is strange. I've got a slipcover version, which is quite nice on the PS4, so I'll be moving that one on. It's quite a good game, actually. I don't know how well received this was by the Street Fighter community, but I enjoyed it. I don't really stay that up to date with the fighting games. This is lovely. Look at that. Thief. This is a steelbook. Now, I'm not usually one for steelbooks. I like it when they're on the shelves to all look the same. And steelbooks wreck that up a bit, but this is absolutely minty fresh. Look at that. I haven't played Thief, and I don't have it in the collection, so definitely tempted to keep hold of this this nice steelbook version. I believe it's a remake from a much older game, this Thief game. I think the Thief series is a bit older, but yeah, just an absolutely fantastic condition. That absolutely brilliant. It's not a very expensive game either. I'll probably definitely more than likely be adding that one to the collection. The complete opposite, yeah, these came from the same person, but they're in such varying condition, these games. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. This is absolutely battered, this is. I have no idea what this is covered in. I may have to do a case swap before I take this into CEX, because it really is quite off-putting. Fantastic game, though. Already got it in the collection, so we'll be moving that on. You don't get too much more than like the pound-ish that I paid for it, but still, you're going to pick it up, aren't you? Same again, really. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, this is. You're sort of get £1 for it, maybe a little bit more. I think it's quite a common one. We've picked it up a few times. I have a feeling I've got this on the PS4. I need to have a little check. I think I've got this one, but I'll have a little look before I move that one on, because I'm not 100% sure whether I've got it on the Xbox One or PS4, etc. This was a bit of a dud. I should have left this one, really. Gears of War 4. For some reason, I thought I needed it. It's Gears of War 5 that I need. But, you know, it's the newer generation, isn't it? It's Phoenix Kids and thing. Yeah, I need Gears of War 5. I picked this up in CEX last year. I paid like £1 for it. So you're not going to get much more for it now, I don't think. But that one will go into CEX because I've already got it. This one I thought I had, but turns out I don't. So that's nice. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. So like I mentioned, this is the newer trilogy that they released. This is a fantastic game. So this is the first one. This is my favourite one. I've got this on download. I think I got it with like Game Pass on the Xbox. Remember the Game Pass? No, not Game Pass. Games with Gold, the old version of Game Pass. I got it on. Completed it. Absolutely fantastic. I got it on the 360 as well. I'm kind of tempted to keep this one because it really was a good game with some great memories. I probably won't play it, so it might be just going to sitting on the shelf, but it's an absolutely fantastic game. So I'd love to have that in a physical copy. Definitely comes highly rated from me to play that one. This one I'm really on the fence with. So, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition for the PS4. Now, this is not a steelbook, it's a book, basically. The book is in lovely condition, absolutely spot. I've got a sticker there, it was a bit annoying, but it's not bad. And the disc is absolutely lovely as well. But the case that it's in, the slipcover, is absolutely destroyed. I have no idea what's happened to this poor thing. I've got this game on the 360, but so many people have told me how good this game is, and I do really want to get around to playing it. So this includes 24 DLC add-ons, and of course is on the newer generation than the 360. But CEX will give me quite a nice return for this one. If it wasn't for the fact that the slipcover was so battered, I'd probably definitely keep this. But the slipcover is so battered. I'm not sure. If I kept this, it would definitely be the worst condition game in my collection, I think. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs. Not played it. However, I've been told so many times in the comments how good it is. So I really don't know what to do with that one. So yeah, £7 for those 8 games. Nice little bundle to have found. So that's all the games. But now I've got the hardware, which I want to show you. But first I'm going to start with this one. So I picked this one up separately. This was £2. It's a red PS4 controller. This was just sitting with an older couple that were just selling antiques and things. It was just sitting on their bench. It looked really out of place. I asked how much and it just goes £2. I thought for £2 I'll have a go. I noticed at the time it doesn't have the sticker on the back, but I thought for £2 it's in absolutely lovely condition and it's red, so I could always use it as a spare case. So it's always, you know, spare shell. So it's definitely worth the £2. It does work. It works absolutely fine. There is no problem with this pad whatsoever. So I'm not sure, it looked out of place. I'm not sure how well my camera's done this time around, to be honest with you. I have a feeling that it hasn't recorded much on there, so I don't know. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but it looked very out of place on these people's stall. But £2 for that, but I can't trade it in. It doesn't have a sticker. However, bear with me, because the last thing I'm about to show you, so I did a video just a few weeks ago I did a Q&A, and one of the questions was, what's one of the best things I've ever found in a car boot? And I mentioned that I picked up a PS4 for £1. When I got it home, it didn't work. It needed a hard reset, a factory reset, a software update. Well, would you believe, it's happened again. I have picked up another PS4. Now, it was not £1, but it was only £20. There was a couple that were getting out of the car and they were taking a very long time. Like everyone else around them had been set up for quite a while and they were just slowly taking their time. It's up to them, just taking their time, bringing it out. So I said, have you got any games? And he goes, no. The man said no. But then the lady turns around and goes, well, we've got that console. I was like, oh, what console? She's like, a PS4. I was like, oh, okay, really? She's like, just let me get it, yeah. She got it and gave it to me. There was other people standing around as well. And she handed it to me. I was like, oh my God. Now, she handed it to me with the cables. It's got a charger and HDMI and a controller with a barcode on the back. I'll tell you now, the controller works absolutely fine. Fantastic. She said to me she doesn't know if it works because it was her brother's and her brother doesn't want it anymore. He just said get £20 for it. She was not budging on price. So I sat there and thought, well, if you don't know if it doesn't work, I have to assume it doesn't work because we always do. But if the pad worked for £20, I was pretty much safe with it. Anyway, purchased it, took it home, turned it on, didn't work. It had the same problem that the £1 one had many years ago, and it needed the software to be reinstalled on it. So, having done it before, I found a USB stick, downloaded it off the PlayStation website. I'll put a link actually in the description to the video that I followed because it really was fantastically easy, just in case anyone else ever comes across this. Reinstall the software, turns it on, works absolutely perfectly. So 15 minutes of effort, and to be fair, 10 minutes of that was me finding a USB in this house that was actually had space on it to put on the software. Works absolutely fine. £20 for a working PS4. Now I have a dilemma. I've got some opportunities here. I only have one PS4 and it's this white one above my head. I would love to put it away and put it in the box to look after it because this box has got all the original packaging and everything. I'd love to put that away and maybe keep this one and use this as my day-to-day. So that's one option for me. However, I'm not sure there's enough stuff here to make this free unless they take the pad. But it doesn't stand a chance unless they take the pad. But the pad doesn't have a barcode. So I might keep the red one with the console and trade in the black one if I want to keep it. Or if I want to trade it in, I may also sell this on its own, trade this in and put the red pad with it to trade in. Because I don't know if you know this, but you need the barcode when you trade in the pads individually, but not when you trade it in as part of a console. That's just one of those. So they will take the pad as long as it comes in with the console. So that's the dilemma I have. I haven't decided whether I'm keeping this PS4 or not. If I do decide to, they're going to have to accept this pad, which they should, if I've got any chance to make it free. But there's also a couple games here, Sleeping Dogs, Tomb Raider, that I'm on the fence of keeping as well. So I really need to sit down and have a little think on what I want to do. So that's the position I'm in. So I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to go to CEX and I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back from CEX, so let's make everything free. First, we need to know how much everything you just saw cost. £35. Not too much, really. So let's take £35 away. That's what we've got to get back to make it free. How do we do it? Three things into CEX. £22 for the PS4 black controller, so the one with the barcode. So that's absolutely brilliant. Minecraft, got £14 for that, the PS4 version. I thought, do you know what? I'm more likely to play it on the Xbox One because that's the console that's usually set up as like a spur of the moment thing. So I decided, you know what? I'll keep the Xbox One because that's my preferred console anyway. And then Red Dead Redemption, £3. So in total, we got £39 back from CEX. That's brilliant. So £39. I'm not quite sure how that happened because I did the math before I went and it should have just been £35 bang on, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Voucher, of course, we've got some voucher. 60p for Gears of War 4. That's not worth it. That's a bit of a rip-off. Street Fighter 5, £6. Uncharted 4, £4. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is £2. Tomb Raider Underworld was £4. That did much better than I thought it would. EA Sports FC 24, PS5 game, £3. That's barely anything. And from the other week, Need for Speed The Run, they didn't take it, so they said it was a little scratched. Absolutely fine with it this time. £1.60, so in total, £21.20 on a voucher, which is absolutely brilliant. So let's stick that up there now. So all free, £20+ on a voucher, and a couple extra quid in the pocket. You can't complain. What am I keeping hold of? Couple games first. I am keeping hold of Thief, absolutely fantastic condition, don't have it in the collection, haven't played it, and like I say, it's a lovely steelbook. CEX don't differentiate, as we all know, between normal games and steelbook, so I won't get anything extra for it, so that's a no-brainer. Keeping hold of that one, absolutely brilliant. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, already played it, completed it, but thoroughly enjoyed myself. So I'd love to have this in the collection. This is future nostalgia, really, isn't it? Because I really do have fond memories of playing this game. So to have a physical copy, that's protecting nostalgia for the future. That's how I'm seeing that one. So keeping hold of that one. And then, do you know what? I did decide in the end, I'm going to keep hold of Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition for now anyway, because the case is destroyed. This is probably the worst condition game in the collection now. However, I know so many people have told me how good it is. It's on the PS4. It's got 24 DLC add-ons. So if I am going to play it, which I intend to, it makes more sense for me to play this version than my Xbox 360 version. So I kept hold of that. CEX do give you a nice little return for this one. So we'll see how I get on with the game. Maybe I trade it in the future. But for the time being, keeping hold of that one. Absolutely brilliant. And obviously the thing that I am yet to mention, which I'm keeping hold of, is the PS4. Keeping hold of this PS4. Like I said, I've only got one PS4 at the moment. It's the white one. I don't think you can see the box actually. It's just sitting on top of the Mega Drive. I think it's just out of view. But I'm going to stick that back in the box with its controller. That'll look after that for going forward. So I've got a lovely box one to keep hold of. And this can be my day-to-day PlayStation 4. It works absolutely fine. It came with all the cables. Kept hold of this controller with it as well, the red one. Couldn't trade it in because of the sticker, but that makes no difference when it lives in here, does it? So working PS4, absolutely fantastic. You don't come across them all the time. I mean, I think this is the first PS4 I've picked up in the couple of years I've been doing YouTube, because Yeah, I think the last one was the £1 PS4, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. So you don't come across them every day. And for 20 quid, well, it's free now, but to get it for free, and the fact that I fixed it as well, adds that bit of attachment to it. I'm one of these, I'm weird like that. If something's broken and I fix it, I get a stronger attachment to it. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? But absolutely spot on, really buzzing with that. So a free PlayStation 4, a nice little bundle of games, absolutely brilliant. Couple quid on a voucher and everything for free, and a couple quid in the back pocket as well. You can't complain. You can't. I'm really chuffed with that actually this week. I know it's not much, but I'm really chuffed with that. Really, really chuffed. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves.